All right, let's dive in, shall we? Trying to try out a few cards. Try out a few cards from Jund Dinos here today from the new set. We've got a Labyrinth Raptor, the old Nightmare Dinosaur here in the 2-drop slot. Menace, whenever a creature you control with Menace becomes blocked, the defending player sacrifices a creature blocking it. And it gives our creatures with Menace an extra attack for 2 mana. Rampaging Ferocidon as our only other natural Menace creature in this archetype. However, we have Angrath, Captain of Chaos here, which says all your creatures have Menace and it can amass a couple of armies for us. We've got a couple of Godzilla, King of the Monsters here at the top end of the curve, so we can scream run, it's Godzilla. Let's go ahead and pop on into some matches here with this one and see how it goes. One other thing to note in the side before we do that, though, is you'll notice some Red Cat melees here again. Putting Red Cat melees in every sideboard. The Naya Winota deck is very good, and you want counterplay against it because it's really difficult to race. So just to highlight that happening in all the red decks that I'm playing recently. Draco, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate you re-upping. Welcome back. Grab these sad prizes from the Historic Kiesis run. Easy mulligan to start. Whale poop. Hey, Vonu, thanks for the sub gifty. I appreciate it. It's a good pickup. Hopefully can find us a 2-drop. Can we average the first 2 hands, right? Cat is not free in this deck. So sorry, I saw some people discussing Cat, and I didn't talk about it. Cat means you can't play the 2-mana Human Accelerant. So Cat is not a free roll. Very aggressive start here from the opponent. Probably Jeskai Feather. Hey, Vonu. Thanks for the sub gift team. Welcome to our new member of Hoaglandia. So, actually a small mistake here on the opponent's part. They should have played God's Willing before. Not that it matters because we're super dead. They should have played God's Willing before Feather, though, because they could have gotten it back when they flashed this back, which would have given this another counter. You are number 1, Vonu. Do. Gonna bring in our removal here. Gonna trim some of these more expensive, clunkier tap-in pieces. Maybe I don't want Rampaging Ferocidon. Or rather have just more hasty threats. Maybe I'd rather just have more hasty threats. Let's try that. Maybe Agonizing Remorse is good. Maybe. Yeah, I only had 1 creature at Total Witness. Cleave costs 5 if you're only attacking with 1 creature. Oh, we did have 2, didn't we? Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember their life total now. You might be right. So if we hit a land there, they would have died. Sure. I believe you. Borrower, I'd be very surprised if they had Borrower in their deck. That's super unfortunate. Yeah, we talked about that, James. I think you're just a shitty breach deck at that point. I think if you're cutting and playing those cards, there's no reason to just not be the breach deck. If your goal is to just be an efficient combo deck, then you should just play something else. I think you're right that there's a chance it makes that deck better, but I also don't think that deck's worth playing if that's what you need to do to it. So if they have God's Willing here, we only hit them for 2. The good news is we get to draw a card, I guess. That's rough. So again, the way protection works is you only take, you only deal 1, you have to assign damage equal to its toughness each time you would hit them. I mean, they could have had Fight as 1 there. Seven, 8, did do a lot here. Do you have a non-creature spell? Looks like it. Is that one short? Yeah, that's one short. Close. Close. Alright, get a game 3. We get a game 3. Maybe I'm not supposed to have Regisaur in my deck post-board. I guess it leaves a 3/3 behind after it dies to Reckless Rage. Yeah, sorry, Regisaur Alpha. The 7/6 we definitely want to leave in our deck. It's great. I'm going to keep this because Commune with the Dinos can find lands. Huh? Okay, well now we take this, right? Since we drew that. Then we get to go Raptor into Ripjaw. Oh, I guess that's bad. Because I can't cast the red caps, right? Yeah, maybe that's loose. So my favorite deck in Historic, if any. I mean, definitely just, what's it called still? Yarok Field. Will hit, it's fine. Here's hoping. I would like to dedicate this land drop to Matthew Bamonte. I would like to dedicate this land drop right here to Matthew Bamonte. He believes, we believe, I believe. Am I supposed to Sprite Dragon here? Am I supposed to kill the Sprite Dragon before it can hit me again? I feel like the answer is yes, right? Hey, Yarok Field's great. I don't remember. Look at my website. Why you gotta ask present Jeff questions like that? Go look at what past Jeff did. Past Jeff made it accessible for you. I let on Assassin's Trophy there because I was expecting them to have a piece of interaction. So this way when my spell that finally resolves, so we're like super dead, right? Actually just dead. Not quite, but close. Did any other spell? They're one off at the moment. This is only +2. Afternoon gamers. Dead to a haste creature. Dead to a removal spell. Rough. So could have won game 1 if I'd taken a draw step and found a land. No guarantee though. Close set, all 3. I don't know how I feel about the addition of the new cards to this archetype. I don't really know. There's a Jundun is one of the decks up on my website. And I definitely didn't add a bunch of the new cards that are added in here. Figured they could be worth a try, but I don't know that a 2/2 Menace really goes with what this deck is looking to do. Especially considering it dies to the other ramp dino that we have. Yeah, Yarok Field feels like the 50% deck of the format to me. It's like pretty close against just about everything, especially post-board. Like this card is like basically glorified Grizzly Bear in a lot of our games. Yeah, probably, Zach. Correct, Matt. This feels like a tricky deck, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cast this using this. I don't want to attack it and then get eaten. Confirmed flash deck. Guess who's got 4 Ceratops in his 75 opponent? This guy right here. This guy right here. Alright, if they don't have Spell Pierce, this goes really well for us. Oh no! Oh no! Their merfolk pirates are gonna be bigger than our dinosaurs, chat. I obviously should have just played Ripjaw Raptor. Obviously should have just played Ripjaw Raptor. Things that don't get Spell Pierce for 100. Things that don't get Spell Pierce for 100. Please stop. I mean, like, they're typical, like, 4- and 6-year-olds, so they like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. This takes red black to activate too. I guess we can activate it twice.
If you want it, fight for it.
Yeah, the deck's basically playing Angrath to make our Grizzly Bear better. Is a good summary. Six, 9. I mean, they're technically dead if they don't block, right? That's pretty good. I mean, to drag the people that are saying they like the synergy down to reality, we're kind of getting a clinic in why synergy cards aren't good. Is what's being delivered on your screen at the moment. It's been a while. It's been a while since synergy decks were good in Magic. They tends not to be. Your cards need to be individually powerful. Night Stars, thanks for 26 months. Welcome back. It's like if you look at the Jund Dinos deck on my website, the only thing that's like dinosaurs about it is the fact that it gets to play the unclaimed territory. Turn 3 Ceratops. Let's go. This is how we win this matchup. Let's get to like play our unbeatable card. If we O2 this one, I'll probably run it back with the list from my site, Wargy. I found playing unbeatable cards is pretty strong. It's not a bad plan. You consider drawing more unbeatable cards. That's my rough strategy for this game. Let's play and cast cards they can't beat. Again, if you're gonna play the blue tempo deck, my recommendation to you would be Splash Black. So you can kill this card out of your sideboard. So this doesn't happen to you. If you haven't seen our last run with Blue Tempo, I would highly recommend checking it out. The Blue Tempo deck in general is very good in Historic. However, it's very bad against Shifting Ceratops. Play Dismember. Right, Beetle? Alright, plan for game 3 is to draw more Shifting Ceratopses. Yeah, I agree, Maddie. Heartless Act is great. Probably play like Heartless Act and Noxious Grasp. Is colorless removal so much to ask for? Yes. So we have Shifting Ceratops. This hand is obviously an easy keep. We'll draw our first land on one, and then Commune with Dinos will help us draw more lands after that. And the bottom the Grizzly Bear. Maybe I'm supposed to shock that into Commune on. Commune on one. Those were once upon a time, the baby. Yeah, with those were once upon a time, it's like an easy Sneeper Keeper. Sneeper Keeper, do 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 do. Sneepa pa keepa pa do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mutate does trigger Heroic. Mutate targets. Yeah, they could have 4 Aether Gust post-board. If they have Aether Gust here, we could realistically get tempoed out of this game. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Yep, yeah, hopefully these Ancient Stirrings are gonna find us more Ceratops here. Is exactly the hope. Distortion, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Ratchet Bomb kills all 0-cost creatures at turn you played. It does, Charizard. Ratchet Bomb will be a card that every deck can play to clear field of the dead zombies, which is nice. Yeah, I'm 100% keeping Ceratops on defense this turn. Gonna make these Curious Obsessions fall off. So we're gonna name Human for this one. So we can play this while still holding up Reach on this. Ratchet Bomb is going to be great in Lurrus decks. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, they can attack with this, but then I'll get to eat it. If they want to, like, throw me a free eat every turn, that's like, sure, deal. Like, I'm gonna win that game in the long run, probably, right? Pernicious Deed? Well, I don't know about that one. Pernicious Deed. I mean, Abrupt Decay is guaranteed to get printed. Again, asking what about card X when card X is in Pioneer? All Pioneer cards will eventually be Historic legal, chat. If it's legal in Pioneer, it's coming to Historic eventually. Guaranteed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just can't even play this out because of Marauding Raptor. They did, Willie. I need to figure out what I want to do with them and when. No, the Gavany Township cycle is not Pioneer legal. Ugh, played into Spell Pierce when I didn't need to, Chris. Do I just pass here? I think I just passed, right? You want me to cash my Ripjaw in for a card? Well, now we do. Is Ziggurat going to go in this deck? I don't think so. Opponent's Dojo does contain Fear. Does in fact contain Fear. Are they dead? If I do this, they go block, block, they take 8, 14. So if this is a blank, they're dead. Okay, they also can't block that one, sure. So they go block, block. Take 9, 15. See, chat? Just draw the shifting Ceratops. The mono blue matchup's easy. Alright, we're not taking a full break, but it's going to be like 2 minutes. I need to run and brush my teeth and put my Invisalign back in. Be back in just a second. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Sorry about the breaks in close succession, but you know, healthcare. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry about that. It's been a hot second since I looked at. I added some red caps to the sidebar. What are the differences between the Jund Dinos deck on my site and this one? So the Jund Dinos deck on my site has the full 4. It's playing 4 Rotting Regisaur and 4 Regisaur Alpha is the big difference. Oh! They cut Huntmaster. That's what they cut. Okay, yeah. I was trying to figure out what's the big difference. I forgot about this card because it's been so long since we've played it. But the one that gives your other dinos randomly haste and also reduces their costs. I feel like that has to be better than this Menace dino. Like, it's a little bit worse threat on its own, but it's so much better with everything else that you have going on. Playing Rotting Regisaur and attacking with it on turn 3 is, like, really good. Is that worse than Drover? You play Drover too, Clay. So again, if you're not familiar with the deck list up on my site, I'd encourage you to go check them out. A lot of great gems up there, like Historic Dinos. Yeah, I think I agree, Silence. The Menace Dino feels like a Menace Matters card as opposed to a Dinosaur card. Beep, beep! Bet we see them just trade here. And then Wrath us next turn, I'd assume. I think it's still right to slam here. It makes them have the Wrath. If they don't have the Wrath, they're just dead. And even if they do have the Wrath, we get to Shifting Ceratops them. Seatbelts, everyone. Alright, I'll draw a card. Man, that auto tapper though. It's like double green card in my hand, doesn't want to leave green mana up. Concede. 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 Concede, Teferi. You know you want to, Teferi. You know you want to. Do 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 do. Pack it up. Pack it in. Let me begin. Come on, hasty boy. Come on, hasty boy. Alright, we might not get another turn, chat. We are pretty unlikely to get another turn. As Kansas flipping over. Feels bad, man. Should have won the die roll. It's actually worth noting that their free roll companion won them this game, right? Nox has a lot of really good game design opinions in my following him, and he hit the nail on his head that, like, this companion, like, I know people like to complain about Lurrus, but the fact that this card is playable in creatureless decks from a design perspective might actually be the biggest miss / most obnoxious thing about companions. Yeah, it wasn't even a chump it traded, correct? They, like, swept the board the next turn, so it's basically like a chump, but yeah, you're right. You know, I don't know exactly how they needed to word it, but wording it in a way so you couldn't play it in a creatureless deck was probably ideal. Yeah, the changes to this build make us a lot worse in the control matchup. Not having Huntmaster. Sure, I guess. No 2-drop feels bad. No 2-drop threat feels bad, but Agonizing Remorse is reasonable along with some threats into a cleave. Actually pretty okay. And again, imagine if this was an Optic here, we'd be able to play and haste this next turn. Which should be a big deal. Well, poop. About to get Aether Gusted. Alright, you have another one. Justice Strike. Alright. I'm gonna drop. I'm like, this has been a short set, so I'm gonna play a couple more. I'm gonna play with the build on my site though. This build does not. The addition of the cards from the new set don't feel good here. They feel like they were meaningful downgrades from the cards we could be playing. Let's grab this and take a peek out. That's not what I want. Not dropping Huntmasters and adding some clunkers. Does not seem great. I actually think, and maybe I'll make this update on my site too. Based on what we've been playing against today, I think I kind of want less Rampaging Ferocidon, more Shifting Ceratops. I'm gonna put this to 2-3 in the other direction. I think having a good number of 3-drops is nice, but Shifty. In fact, maybe we just want all of these. We just want like one less Regisaur. This card's really good in general. What do we think of that? I think I like that. Throw a random extra removal spell in here. Yeah, I don't know if they're great in the format, but there's definitely been a lot of people trying to play control in the queue today. Hey, good games, Nate. Good luck in the rest of your constructed event. Instead of me telling you your idea is bad, Dice Moon, tell me why your idea is good. What problem are you solving by adding Ghalta and cutting the card that you're suggesting we cut? Why is that worthwhile? Please explain. I have to bottom 3 cards here. Just fucking Magic, man. Maybe I should have joined another one. Justice Strike, a common sideboard card, and Jeskai Fires. It should be. Our conclusion at the end of the last set with Jeskai Fires was that we wanted some of that card. Yeah, so again, respecting decks that I think are good in the format, I cut the Savage Stomps. From this deck 75 in order to play instant speedways to kill Winota. That's why I've got red caps and trophies, and Noxious Grasp was the random extra one. I just added in. Speaking of, get 2 shots to draw land here. Tradesies. Maybe I'm not supposed to trade there. They have to attack with that next turn. Yeah, I'm probably just supposed to not do that. Whoever taught professionally, yeah. They can eat a 3/3 and then take 13 here, down to 7. Spell? Spell? Alright, that qualifies. You think it's a good matchup for who, Percy? You think it's a good matchup for dinos? Yeah, I don't have any Reckless Rages in my 75, but I believe that. Cleveland is a place, not a spell. Fair. Red Cap, Noxious Grasp, Trophy in. Ferocitodon out. Probably Regisaur out. You like Remorse? I don't really like Remorse because I think these matchups, these games can often get to a point where we're top decking. I'm gonna bottom Trophy here. I think I'd prefer not to give them a land if possible. Is Flame Sweep good to kill their dorks? I think we just don't care about their dorks for the most part. I think we'd rather just kill their actual threat. Vanguard's very good. Might be a little aggressive to shock here, but I also just, like, want to get my hand empty. Cast Boros Charm, gain a life. Really? We just let Boros Charm resolve. Okay. Well, that says to me they probably don't have a Winota in hand. So I'm going to gamble on that for a turn, I think, here. Gambled and lost. Dead, probably. Oh, it's indestructible. I'm so dumb. I'm so very dumb. Yeah, I fucked that up. Maybe they misclicked it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're a sub. I'm gonna ask them if they get back into chat. Owen, when you get back in here, did you have the Winota when you let your Vanguard die? Or did you peel it off the top? That was a top deck. Okay, yeah, so like that was okay, so my read was good. I felt like if you had the Winota, you would protect your Vanguard there. Your misclick won you the game. If you would have protected your thing, I was gonna hold up Red Cap melee, and then I would have killed your Winota, and you wouldn't have gotten a trigger. So like because you let your thing die, I was like, oh, they don't have a Winota, I can tap out. I had a Rotting Regisaur and a Red Cap melee. Tough beat. Rough set after mulliganing and conceding the first game because we mulliganed to nothing. Grixis Luris. Alright. Huh? Might be wrong. I do want to draw lands, but like all my spells are important here. Sure. That's a big one. I was hoping to draw a land there. Finding it with this isn't nearly as good. If I'd have found the land naturally, I could have gone Huntmaster into Rotting Regisaur this turn. Okay, so that's gonna be a Laziv next turn. Or that's gonna be a Kroxa next turn. Mill Creeping Chill. Yep. Cheapers, Creepers. We just attack with these two, right? And then we Embercleave. You're actually open to avoid creeping chill here. They get 6 looks. There's a good chance that they hit it. Alright, dodged it. This dies to Death Touch. And then next turn, this is going to attack for 6. That's not too big of a deal because we can discard Ripjaw and then we can play Regisaur and smash back. Thanks for the tier 2 Haskow. Can you bump Historic Luca? You definitely can. Thanks for the support. Elected not to block there because I want this next turn to give Regisaur Alpha Haste. Did I just die? I just died. I didn't count. I didn't count. I saw as soon as they targeted it too. It was exactly lethal. Yeah, it was 12-12. Well, you know. Stop and count the roses. Oh, did I ban Corgi by mistake? That was the wrong button. Assume we're gonna lose Embercleave here. Card's very good against our deck with little removal in it. Gross. This is probably the best card in their deck against us. Bans prevent users from watching streams. Do you have a source on that? I'm pretty sure that's not the case. It removes it from the chat list. Yeah, chat. I mean, like, are y'all really dumb enough that you don't understand that people could just, like, log out of their Twitch browser? Is that really where you're at in your lives? You ever logged? Nobody's ever blocked you on Twitter? You've never logged out of your open and incognito browsers are good for more than just porn, chat. You could use them to log out of your things and look at stuff. I'm listening. thing's just gonna copy Fiend Artisan. Never use Twitter or Facebook. You must live a blessed life. It sounds like you've really got your stuff together. The rest of us can only dream as having our things as together as you. Do you even TikTok? Asking the real questions. I don't even know if this is good enough, right? Because, like, they get to just, I guess if I draw, like, a cleave next turn, this could be good enough. Maybe. Maybe they get to, like, replay the thing. I could draw another removal spell. Oh, they're killing my big one. Okay. So that lets me draw a card. Maybe we got a shot, he says, before drawing another land. I mean, these are exactly the types of matchups where Lurrus really shines, right? Like, our deck has very minimal amounts of interaction, and Lurrus is able to just, like, take over a game very elegantly. Because, again, Lurrus is a great card to have in format because it encourages people to be interactive. I think this deck's a lot better than that set just showed. I threw a game in each of those matches just right into the garbage can. I'm gonna be done for the day. I'm kind of spent. I was up early this morning and not all here. I think I like the moving the Ceratopses into the main overall, even if our run with things didn't go ideally. So I'm gonna update the list on the website to that. I'll catch all of y'all around later. I'm gonna be off tomorrow. Remember, I'm off Tuesdays and Fridays during the week now, during the remainder of the pandemic. So I will catch all of y'all on Wednesday morning. I will be live again. As always, you can find my schedule with not only when I'm streaming, but what I'm planning to stream approximately when on my website here. Everybody stay safe wherever you're at out there in this crazy world. Have a good one. Is there anybody streaming Historic for me to host? William Jensen streaming Historic. Go read Huey. Go read Huey.